in, friends and neighbors, or shall I say this afternoon.
Welcome back to the Pittsburgh Pirates franchise here on MLB The Show. I'm your host, longtime listener. Be sure to drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and comment below. It is a rainy day here in Pittsburgh, and one of the best teams in all of baseball is coming to town as the Atlanta Braves are in town to take on your Pittsburgh Pirates. We're getting ready for first pitch, and we get a look at the numbers for Evan Milton. He is looking for his 20th win of the season, making his 29th start of the year. Still has that whip just short of 1, and he is also 1 strikeout shy of 200. So a couple of milestones for the season on the near horizon here, as he could get a strikeout and a win to get to that 200 strikeout mark and 20 wins for the season. And it's going to be Ronald Acuna Jr. to stand in and start things off for the Braves. First pitch of the ball game to Acuna is lifted into right center field. Mitchell had it played almost perfectly as he is under that one. It's one pitch, one out, and let's get a look at the Braves lineup in this ball game as Acuna led things off, and then it's Vaughn Grissom will do the DHing, and Austin Riley hitting .308 and just on fire over his last 10 games. Olsen bats 4th, Osuna 5th, Travis d'Arnaud in the 6th hole, then Albies, Arcia, and Eli White batting 7, 8, 9. Fastball caught the corner there. It's quickly 0-1 to Grissom. Comes into this with a 9-game hitting streak, and he is quickly going to extend that to double digits, as that pitch getting a little bit too much of the plate there, and it's into left field for a 1-out single. Now it's Austin Riley. He's hitting .308 on the season. That pitch is hit fair down the third base line, as again, just a little bit too much of the plate with the fastball. Good base running there as Grissom goes to third, and 4 pitches in, he's got an out and a couple of singles, and it's first and third for Atlanta. Good take from Olsen, lays off the changeup, and that gets it even to 2-2. Wind up in the pitch, and that ball is into center field. A good piece of hitting there by Olsen, and look at this, Riley's headed for third. The throw from Reynolds is offline, and it's 1-0 Braves. It's still first and third, still 1 out after the RBI single from Matt Olsen. Great start here for the Braves. And now a ground ball to third. Hayes around the horn here. It's going to be 5-4-3 double play to end the inning. But the Braves get out in front with an early run as Olsen drives in the run. It was 3 straight hits for the Braves, and they lead as we head to the bottom of the first. On the hill for the Braves is Kyle Wright, making his 23rd start of the year. He is 12-4 with a 3.59 ERA. Not really overpowering stuff, as he doesn't rack up a ton of strikeouts. Does give up a few walks, as the whip is at 1.31. And like I said, just a respectable year here. Solid record of 12-4, and O'Neal Cruz will stand in to start things off for the Pirates. Gets the call on the inside corner to keep the at-bat alive. It's now a full count to Cruz, and the payoff pitch is lifted into center field. He got under that one. That stings, as it looked like he had drawn a walk, and instead he flies out to right. Let's look at the Pirates lineup in this one, as it's Cruz to lead off, then Hayes and Reynolds both starting to swing the bat a little bit better of late. Milton will bat 4th as usual, Sawinski 5th, Choi in the 6th hole, Cal Mitchell getting the start in right field with Connor Joe getting the day off, and then it's Marcano and Rodriguez to round out the lineup. Good rip at the sinker there, but he fouls it back, and it stays 1-2. Then he goes to the slurve, ran it in, and twists up Reynolds for the final out of the innings. He strikes him out, sets him down in order, and the Braves lead 1-0 after 1. Good fastball there from Milton. Located that one really well, and it's 0-1. Then he throws another one right over the middle of the plate, but d'Arnaud hits it right at Cruz, and that'll be the first out. Milton tried a backdoor slider, but it stays out there. It's ball 2 to even the count at 2 apiece. Now the 2-2 pitch is lifted into center field. Reynolds on the run. He is under it and has it for the second out of the inning. That one got the corner, and it's now 2-2 to Arcia. Milton winds and fires. That one grounded on the right side. Choi has it and will step on the bag, and they set him down in order, and we'll go to the bottom of the second, still 1-0. So we're back to action here in the bottom of the second, and it's going to be Evan Milton to start things off for Pittsburgh. There's a sinker from right that is in for strike 1, and it's 0-1 to the switch-hitting superstar. Now the 0-1 pitch from right is on the way and hit back up the middle. Arcia fields it going to his left, throws across his body, and they rule him safe. Man, that looked close. They're going to rule it an infield single. We'll see if the Braves want a challenge. As you see here, Arcia having to go a long way to his left, throws across the diamond, across his body. That is really close, but I think they had him. Atlanta does not challenge, and Milton's on. Misses off the plate away again, and it's now 3-0 to Sawinski. The speed of Milton at first probably on the mind of Kyle Wright, and now he grooves one. Sawinski torches that one into the gap, and that's going to score Milton all the way from first with ease, and that will tie this ball game at 1 on the RBI double from Jack Sawinski. So obviously the speed of Milton definitely helps there as you get 3-0 and he just tries to thump one in there. Sawinski having none of it. He was ready for it and he jumps all over it to tie this thing at 1. That fastball at the knees looked really good, but Wright does not get the call, and it's now 2-1 to Choi. Wright kicks and fires, and that ball is smoked into center field. Fielded on the short hop. The throw to the plate is not going to get Sawinski, and the Pirates are now in the lead. It's back-to-back RBI knocks, and they lead 2-1. Tell you what, early in the season, Cal Mitchell was coming up with some huge hits. Never really had the average where he wanted it, but was coming up with some big hits, and they could use another big one right here. And that's not going to do it as he hits into a 6-4-3 double play. And now 2 down with nobody on, as it'll be Tucupita Marcano to stand in with nobody on. Boy, a late and defensive swing there. He fouls off another one. The count still 0-2 to Marcano. Now he grounds one to third. This should be pretty routine for Riley, and he sends it over to Olsen to end the inning. But the Pirates bounce back, grab a couple of runs here, and they've got the lead now after 2 innings, and it'll be 9-1-2 due up for Atlanta. Good fastball there, catches the corner and gets it to 1-2 on Eli White. And he goes to the slider, and they ring him up looking for the first out of the inning, and that is strikeout number 200 on the season for Evan Milton. Pirates playing him to pull here as it's now 1-0 with the fastball missing low. And then he goes against the shift on a nice slider there. Really was down and away, pretty well located. That's just good hitting by Acuna to go with it. And he's got himself a 1-out single. You see the location here on the pitch. Maybe not quite as far away as he would have liked it, but not a terrible location, but a good piece of hitting. And the Braves have a man on. That fastball missing inside, as situation similar to what the Braves had to deal with, is its speed on the bases. And you sacrifice command when you go to the stretch. That pitch was, or to the slide step, that one was right down the middle. But thankfully it's an atom ball as Grissom squared that one up, but Reynolds has it for the second out of the inning. Now you definitely need to be thinking about this deal with 2 down, but Austin Riley can take you deep, so you got to be real careful. There goes Acuna. Riley lifts one deep to right field. A long run for Mitchell, but he makes the catch just shy of the wall in right, and that is going to do it for the Braves in the third. Pirates still lead 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the inning. Back-to-back slurves from Wright, left really over the heart of the plate, but Rodriguez takes on both and then swings through a fastball and down on just 3 pitches for the first out of the inning. Now 2-1 to Hayes, and your stat of the day is, despite the struggles that he's had at the plate this year, he actually has the 3rd most hits on the team. This is going to end the inning, though, as that's a pretty routine ground ball to second. Albies takes care of that one, and after 3 complete, it's a 1-run advantage for Pittsburgh as we head to the 4th. That's a really good fastball from Milton, catches the outside corner to even the count at 2 apiece. And then he goes up and in, and Olsen with a very late swing there. No chance on that one, and he's down on strikes for the first out. Good fastball from Milton, gets ahead in the count, 0-1 to Arzuna. And now a comebacker that gets over the head of Milton, but thankfully Marcano was playing him up the middle, and he's able to get that one for the 4-3 put out, and it's now 2 down and nobody on. Darno lays off the curve low, and that draws the count full to 3-2. The payoff pitch is popped up into shallow center field. Reynolds should get to that one, and the Braves are going down in order in the 4th. Milton settling in a little bit here as he has now pitched 3 straight scoreless innings of work, and they have the heart of the order due up in the bottom of the 4th. Rain still coming down here in this one as Wright comes into this fourth inning at 42 pitches, and that is a hanging slurve taken deep to center field by Brian Reynolds. This ball is way back and out of here. A solo shot from Brian Reynolds, and that is going to make it 3-1 Pirates, as that's a first pitch hanging breaking ball, and the 18th of the year for Reynolds, just clearing the center field wall at 405 feet. But that counts, and that makes it a 2-run advantage for Pittsburgh. Now it's Evan Milton. He's 1 for 1 so far on the day, had that infield single, and takes a fastball for strike one. Four-seam in there at 95 miles an hour, and now the 0-1 pitch is good for strike two. A high outside slurve catches the corner, and now it's 0-2 to Milton. Now you kind of have to protect here, and he makes a mistake in location, but he jammed him just a little bit. Milton just missed that one, flies it to deep center, and that's the first out of the inning. Hold the string and had Sawinski out in front there, gets it to 1-2 now. Sawinski had that RBI double back in the second, but this time he is down on strikes as he swings under a fastball there, and that's 2 down. Joy just late on that fastball, fouls it back, and the count moves to 1-2. Pitch from right is low, but grounded to the right side. Albies has it, sends it over to Olson, and that'll do it for the Pirates in the fourth. So Reynolds starts off the inning with a home run to make it 3-1, and that is your score as we head to the fifth. Fastball misses just low, and it's 1-0 to Albies. The 1-0 pitch is hit hard to the left side, but Hayes had it played perfectly, and that is the first out of the inning. That's 2 in a row out of the zone. It's 2-0 to Orlando Arcia. He's 0 for 1 on the afternoon, and this one is lifted high into left field. He just missed it, though, as Sawinski is under it. A towering fly ball that goes down as an F7, and the second out of the inning. That one misses off the plate away. It's 1-0. Now he goes to the fastball. It's low and sliced into right field. Mitchell on the run, makes a shoestring catch to end the inning. He sets them down in order again. We're going to the bottom of the fifth. It's the bottom of the order due up for the Pirates, but they lead by 2. That's 2 good pitches in a row, and he's got it to 0-2 on Rodriguez. He's 0 for 1 already on the afternoon. And this one hit pretty well into left field. It's hanging up, though, and that's going to stay in the yard and is caught for the final out of the inning. So we are settling into a pretty nice little ball game here. It's 3-1 after 5, and top of the order due up for the Braves. He had Acuna late on that fastball, so 2-2 now as he fouls that one off. He goes to the fastball again and just blew it by him. So 96 just challenged him there and threw it right by him for the first out of the inning. That's another good take from Grissom as he continues to battle here. The count's now 2-2. And he went inside and he went around. He tried to check the swing, but he is down on strikes. So back-to-back Ks to start the inning. It's 2 up, 2 down, and here comes Austin Riley. And he is 1 for 2 on the afternoon, looking to try and keep this inning going here for the Braves. Must have fooled Riley there, as that's a slider pretty much right down the chute. He takes that for strike 2, and it's quickly 0-2. Back to the slider, and he throws him again. I don't know what Austin Riley was doing at the plate, as those were 3 hittable pitches. He looks at all 3 of them and is down on strikes to end the inning. So it's 3-1 Pirates as we head to the bottom half of the inning, and they've got to the top of the order due up and an opportunity to extend this lead. Wright looking for a quick inning here as he's at just 68 pitches. He's got an 0-1 to Reynolds with 2 down already in the inning here in the 6th, and that one is popped up. And he is going to be through 6 innings on less than 70 pitches. We're going to the 7th in a 3-1 ball game and a pitcher's duel here, as both of these offenses have really gone to sleep over the last few innings. So Milton gets a call there on the fastball down and away and gets ahead on Olson. It's 0-1. And he goes back to a 2-seam here on the outside corner. Great piece of hitting by Olson to go with it. Beats the shift, and he is on with a leadoff single. That pitch rolled outside for ball 2. It's now 2-1 to Osuna. And this one is lifted into the left center field gap. Sawinski on the run. He is going to get there, and that is a big first out of the inning. Now, probably, anticipate a double play here if you can just get the ball on the ground, maybe get out of the inning, and maintain this lead heading to the stretch. Good battle by d'Arnaud there as he fouls that one off to stay alive. Still 1-2, and the pitch from Milton is swung on and missed. Down on strikes for the second out of the inning, and Milton is 1 out away from stranding that leadoff single. Good eye to lay off that changeup down and away, and the count moves to 1-2 to Ozzie Albies. The 1-2 pitch is a fastball up, checked his swing, and he went around. He is down on strikes, and Milton has pitched 7 fantastic innings here. Gave up a run early in this one in the first inning, and he has just been dynamite since. And we are going to the stretch with the Pirates out in front, 3-1. The Braves are going to make a move to the bullpen here as they are turning to the lefty, and you look at the numbers here. 34 games, he's got 40 innings of work, a 4-0 record, and a 1.8 ERA. He has been absolutely outstanding. He's going to have to face Evan Milton to start things off. Before that, let's take a look at the pitch mix. It's an 88-mile-an-hour cutter, and then a slider in the mid-70s, curve in the low 70s, so pretty much a junk baller. Everything is going to have movement in on a righty, so this ought to be interesting. Milton probably just going to sit on that cutter and adjust to the slider for the most part, or adjust to the off speed, I guess. But it's like, where do you look for the pitch? Do you look for everything to be in and kind of go from there? And that's what he does here, as he's out in front of the slider, rolls over that, and that's going to be the first out of the inning. That's going to be the end of the day for Evan Milton on the mound, as Dwayne Underwood Jr. will come on here to pitch the 8th inning. 3 righties due up for the Braves, and you see the numbers there for Underwood. 2.61 ERA across 49 games so far this season. So 8-9-1 due up for the Braves, and this is a big inning here, because if Underwood gets in trouble, he gets into the heart of this order in a situation where I don't know if I want to just leave him in or bring in Bednar. He hits Acuna. This is the out we need. That's big. All right, so now we go to the 9th, or the bottom of the 8th here. I'm going to let Mitchell hit.
Your attention, please.
Well, they do me the favor of bringing in a righty. Didn't matter, he struck out anyway. Single, strikeout, ground out. And we're going to make some defensive substitutions here. And last but not least, we'll go with delay. All right, come on, David Bednar.
Now catching, number 55.
There we go. Huge win. The Pirates take it 3-1 at home on a rainy afternoon, and Evan Milton gets win number 20. So, like we talked about at the start of the ball game, a couple of milestones met for the season, as he's the first in the majors to 20 wins. He's also the first in the majors to 200 strikeouts, and a big win for Pittsburgh as they now lead the series 2-0. We'll look at the box score real quick. The Braves just 5 hits on the afternoon, and 3 of them were in the first inning. Then they didn't draw any walks, struck out 8 times as a team. The Pirates also only had 5 hits, but they made them count. As Milton gets the infield single, then Sawinski hits the double to drive him home. Brian Reynolds had the solo homer. G-Man Choi had the single to drive in Sawinski. And so we kind of piled those 3 up, and then the Reynolds home run, there was a single by Marcano. That was it for the rest of the entire ball game. So pretty much a pitcher's duel in this one. Home run number 18 for Brian Reynolds. And 7 innings, 5 hits, no walks, 7 strikeouts for Evan Milton. Fantastic afternoon for him, and then the bullpen does a fantastic job as well. So that's a huge win. Let's head back to the main screen here and see what we have on tap for Game 3. We know it's going to be Roansy Contreras, and there is actually one change that I want to make before we head into that ball game, or at least look at making, and I'll show you what it is. So if we go to the roster and look at our left fielders, Smith and Jigba is at AAA, hitting .247, 4 home runs. And he is on our 40-man roster. He doesn't play center field. That's the only reason we have Cal Mitchell at the major league level, because he's kind of one of our backups at center field. But I think we're going to go ahead and just make this decision that You know, he's hitting 181. He's got 5 homers, and he had some clutch hits early in the season, but a 528 OPS. I think we have to make this move. So he's going to go down to AAA. We will call Smith and Jigba up to the majors, and we'll just kind of see if this works out for us. We're going to have to put one of these guys in the lineup. Hang on a second. So at AAA, I would like to have Cal Mitchell playing. So he's going to be the everyday right fielder, it looks like, which is fine. He can even play against lefties. I think that's probably okay. He's actually better against lefties. So that's the move we're going to make here, and we'll just kind of see if we can, you know, catch lightning in a bottle with Smith and Jigba, maybe get him hot. But first, let's head on out to Pittsburgh for Game 3 of the series. Contreras taking on Soroka, and a big one coming up for the Pirates, as we're still 3 games back of the Brewers in the Central. Another great win for the Pirates here. We fell behind, kept battling there in the early innings at a 3 spot in the 5th to grab a 2-run lead, and then there was no scoring the rest of the way. Contreras, a gritty performance here, as we'll get a look at his numbers in a second. The Pirates end up with 11 hits, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts. Milton was 2 for 4, stole a base, had a couple of runs scored. Good day for Sawinski and Choi right behind him, each with 2 RBIs apiece. Choi a big 2-run homer. Bunch of doubles in this one for us. And then Contreras, 5 innings, 7 hits, 4 earned. So it wasn't super pretty, but he battled for us and ground out a pretty good start, getting us in position for the win. And then the bullpen, 4 scoreless, just 2 hits and a walk allowed, and struck out 3. Bednar gets his 33rd save of the season, and we've taken 3 straight from the Braves. A chance for a 4-game sweep here, as it's going to be Unoa against Mitch Keller. The freaking Brewers won again, so we're still not making up any ground, but 7-3 over our last 10. We're playing some pretty good baseball. Let's see if we can complete the sweep here, and see if we can get Mitch Keller to actually pitch a good ball game for us. Well, this game was just absolutely nuts. First of all, Mitch Keller did not give us a good start. He did not get out of the first inning, gave up 4 home runs, hit a guy, and 6 earned. So he was just absolutely awful. And then we come alive with the bats. We end up 15 hits, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts, and scored 10 runs and couldn't win. We just, we kept coming back, and then they would score, and we'd come back, and then they would score. But hits all over in this one. Bunch of guys contributing up and down the lineup, obviously, in an 11-10 ball game. And if you look at the box score, it was really close throughout for the most part. Even though they scored 6 in the first, we bounced back with 5 in the bottom of the inning. And then we actually had, in the 9th inning, we had a leadoff double and then a single, and the guy got thrown out at the plate. And then we couldn't score. So, tough loss, but, when you give up 6 runs in the first, you did a good job just to make it interesting. So, pitching let us down in this one for sure. We still take 3 out of 4 from the Braves. Bubba Chandler is out for a while with a broken hand, so we need to make a change. We need to call up a pitcher, hopefully one with some stamina. Yeah, this will work. I think I actually need to throw him into the rotation real quick. No, he can just go in as long relief, so that's fine. Don't need to really do anything else down there. Actually, I do want to look at Priester. He's now hot, and we're going to call him up to AAA. So Quinn Priester is getting the call to AAA, and then we are going to send down Kranick. Really hasn't been that good. Let's send him down. So we'll swap those two. I need to go in and fix the rotations now again. Kranick will be the ace at AA, so to speak, even though he's really not that good. And Priester just drops into the middle of the rotation there. So, all right, so that's big news. The Brewers had an off day, so even though we lost, we only lose a half game of traction. It'll be Velazquez against Sessa here as we stay at home and host the Reds in another 3-game series. So sit tight, and we'll see how this one goes. Well, this is a loss that absolutely stings. We get up to a 6-0 lead, and I leave Velazquez in because he's pitching really well, and he gives up a hit and then a home run, or a hit, a walk, and then a home run. And so he exits after 5 1/3, and then we get to the later innings. A.J. Puck comes in and is terrible. David Bednar comes in and blows another save, and then we give up 3 runs in the top of the 10th and just have no chance. So the only saving grace about this game is that a bunch of guys that needed rest got it. We had a little bit of a mixed up lineup in this one and almost still snuck out a win, but the only frustrating thing is that despite the runs that we put up early in this one, we just then fell asleep at the wheel and the bullpen collapsed and we lost. So that's a tough one. Let's just do auto fix there. Doesn't matter. So it's going to be Evan Milton against Hunter Greene, a guy that we know all about. I think we faced him on opening day, if I'm not mistaken. Throws hard, but it's a pitch mix that's manageable. So we need a big win here. We're now 4.5 back in the Central as the Brewers picked up a win. So let's head on out to Pittsburgh and see if we can take Game 2 of the series. Hello, fans, and welcome to the Steel City as it's the Pirates hosting the Reds. Pittsburgh trying to stay in the mix in the NL Central. The Reds kind of falling out of the pennant race at this point. But we are ready for action here in Pittsburgh, and it's going to be Evan Milton going to the mound, looking for win number 21, making his 30th start of the season. He's worked 180 innings so far, still has that whip at just .98, only 25 strikeouts versus 206, or 25 walks against 206 strikeouts, an excellent ratio, and it'll be Ellie De La Cruz to start things off for Cincinnati. De La Cruz lays off and works the count full. The payoff pitch from Milton. Swung on and missed. He went to the changeup and got him out in front, and he's down on strikes for the first out of the ball game. Swing and a miss there on the curve, and it's 1-2 to the former Tennessee Volunteer. Swung on and missed, and he's down on strikes. He went out of the zone on that one, and it's back-to-back Ks for Milton to start the game. Milton tried to get him to chase there, but the former Rookie of the Year lays off, and it's 1-2. And then he goes to the fastball in, jammed him. Sawinski is under that. It's a 1-2-3 first for Milton. We'll go to the bottom of the inning, and the Pirates will have the chance to score first. Before we jump into the action here in the bottom of the first, look at the numbers for Hunter Greene. He's 5-10 this year across 22 starts, racking up a fair number of strikeouts, a little more than 1 per inning, so the Ks per 9, a little over 9, and he is walking a few guys, but still keeping that under control. The whip at just 1.27, a 4.35 ERA, and O'Neal Cruz will kick things off for the Pirates. Hayes swinging at a 3-1 slider, hit it hard but pulled it foul, and the count now 3-2, and that one misses low. It's ball 4 to Hayes, and the Pirates have the first base runner of the ball game with a 1-out walk. All right, so it's going to be Evan Milton now with 2 down. Hayes has his lead at first. Fastball misses high as Greene went to the slide step there, thinking that Hayes may be trying to take off. Milton, you see there, leading the league in doubles, and we're going to have to pause it here to get that graphic off the screen, I think. And that one misses outside and makes it 2-0. So dangerous pitch coming here. It'll be pitch number 16 of the inning. You see there, Milton has the average up to 318 on the season. And that one nowhere close. Now it's 3-0. You got Sawinski on deck, who has pretty good pop. So Will be interesting to see if they challenge him here. The 3-0 pitch, a changeup on the outside half, and that makes it 3-1. Now the 3-1 to Milton is on the way, and just late on the fastball there. Hard to catch up when he throws that hard. It's 102. He fouls it off, and that runs it full. So Hayes will be in motion here. The pitch is popped straight up the elevator shaft, and that's going to do it for the Pirates here in the first, as they got a runner on, but strand them, and we're scoreless after 1. Milton missed high with the changeup there. Votto able to lay off, and it's now 2-2. Goes to the changeup and got him swinging. So Votto down on strikes, and that's another K for Milton, as it's 4 up, 4 down so far, and Jake Fraley stands in to give it a try. Milton tried a backdoor curve, had it elevated, but Fraley out in front swings through it for strike 2. Then he goes fastball, 96 miles an hour, and blew it by him. Another strikeout for Milton as he set down 5 in a row, and that's now 2 down and brings up TJ Friedel. Good fastball from Milton there, gets it to even. It's 2-2 to Friedel. The 2-2 pitch goes to the curve, a just perfect location, froze him, gets him looking, and he strikes out the side in order, and Milton is looking sharp as he has set down 5 on strikes through just 2 innings, and we're going to the bottom of the second in a scoreless ball game. That's back-to-back off-speed pitches, and Sawinski able to foul that one off, but he's behind 0-2 and then jammed on a fastball there. All kinds of twisted up, chasing one off the plate. Ugly at bat there, and he is down on strikes on just 3 pitches. Tried to tempt him with the high fastball, but good eye there. Checked his swing, lays off, and the count runs full. And he goes back to the fastball, and Smith and Jigba serves that one up the middle and into center field for a 1-out single. McCutcheon takes back-to-back pitches, fastballs in for strikes, and that makes it full. It's 3-2, and the payoff pitch is inside, and he walked him. They had Smith and Jigba in motion there, but the free pass will make it first and second now with 1 away for Tucupita Marcano. That's back-to-back changeups, and Marcano just barely able to foul that one off. And now late on a fastball up and in, 103 miles an hour, and just no chance to catch up to that one. And he is down on strikes, and that will bring up Endy Rodriguez now with 2 down, and they need a base hit to try and get a run here. He got a fastball by him there, and he's now ahead 1-2. He goes to the changeup. Rodriguez hit it hard, but right at Votto, who will step on the bag, and that's going to end the inning, and we go to the third, still no score. Reds just looking to put a ball in play here. Milton has been setting him down on strikeouts most of the way so far. That one lifted into left. Sawinski is under it, and that'll be an F7 to start the inning. Milton started him with the curve, but it misses low, and it's 1-0. Then he goes fastball up and away, and he got it off the end of the bat. It's Sawinski again, and 2 up, 2 down here in the third. Andy Yerzy getting the start at catcher today, batting 9th, and he swings first pitch, ground into short. Cruz has it, sends it across the diamond. It's a quick inning for Milton as he sets him down in the order. De La Cruz to try now for the second time. He's behind in the count 0-1, and that ball grounded to short. Cruz fields, throws across the diamond, and that's the first out of the inning. That's a good slider there, and gets the count now to 0-2. Goes back to the slider. This one softly grounded to short. Cruz throws on the run and gets him, and that's 2 quick outs. India a little bit anxious on that one. Went around, and it's now 1-2. 1-2 delivery. Slider, swing and a miss, and that is 12 up, 12 down for Evan Milton, as he is just locked in right now. But he needs some help on offense. He may be able to give it to himself, as he's going to lead things off for the Pirates as we head to the bottom of the 4th. So Milton will kick things off for the Pirates here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Ball, that's inside.
Fastball misses inside, and it's 1-0. Greene winds and fires, tried the changeup, but that one misses low, and it's now 2-0. Milton probably sitting dead red here. He gets it and slices one into left. He was kind of jammed on that one, but able to get just enough on it to serve it into left field for a leadoff single. The Pirates in business here, as he has outstanding speed. So Sawinski now stands in. He's 0-1. Milton has his lead, and there he goes, wasting no time. He's off and running and into second with a stolen base. And just like that, the Pirates have a man in scoring position here. It's stolen base number 39 with nobody out here in the inning. Fouls that one off, and it's now 0-2 to McCutchen. Goes to the changeup and got him swinging to end the inning. Huge strikeout there as the leadoff single from Milton, and he stole second, but they strand him, and we remain scoreless as we head to the top of the fifth. Joey Votto will start things off for Cincinnati. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. That ball crushed deep to right center field. Reynolds is watching it. McCutchen's on the run, but it is in vain as that one is way out of here. So the perfect game, no-hitter, and shutout are all gone with one pitch. Just trying to get a fastball in to start the inning, and Votto jumps on that one for his 5th home run of the year, and it's 1-0 Cincinnati. Good fastball there from Milton. Fraley swinging, but out in front, pulled it foul, and it's 0-1. Now he rolls over a two-seam. Smith and Jigba playing first base today. Takes that one to the bag himself, and that's the first out. Turns to the four-seam there, has it on the outside corner, and it's 1-1. And he goes to the changeup and had him out in front. That one's going to be Marcano to Smith and Jigba for the second out of the inning. And now it's going to be 2 down for Austin Hendrick. Milton tried a curve, but missed low, and it's now 2-1 to Hendrick. And he goes to the fastball, mistaken location, but he got away with it as that one is popped way up there. Marcano is under it, and that'll do it for the Reds in the 5th. We're halfway home, and the Reds have the lead here thanks to the solo shot from Joey Votto, and the Pirates have work to do to try and tie this thing up. A high slider to get in there for 2-1 to Cruz. Then he goes to the fastball. That's pitch number 81 of the ball game, and that's going to get him through the 5th inning. The Reds already with action in the bullpens, so we're not sure how long we're going to see Greene going forward. But after 5, it is 1-0, and the Pirates just 2 hits. 3 hits combined between these two teams, as it's going to be Marte to start things off in the 6th. MLB Marte takes a fastball upstairs, and it's 1-0. And then slices a slider down the right field line. That ball's headed for the corner. McCutchen to it quickly, but Marte runs well, and he is going to have a stand-up double. And the Reds with a huge opportunity here as they've got the 8-hitter on in scoring position with nobody away. So Milton didn't get the call on the changeup down and away. He goes back to the fastball. Yerzy able to foul that off and stay alive at 1-2. Now he hits it hard. Cruz slides, makes the catch on the backhand, and sends it across the diamond for the first out. So, man, Marte takes a really good slider and slices it down the right field line for a base hit. Then Yerzy gets a changeup to hit. Hits it hard, but nothing to show for it, and that is baseball in a nutshell right there. Tried another high fastball. This one laid off. De La Cruz battles all the way back, gets it to full count, and takes a changeup off the plate away. It is a walk now to make it 1st and 2nd. Senzel, a strikeout and a ground out so far. First pitch swinging, line drive right at Hayes, who tries to go to first to double off De La Cruz, but he is back in time, and the inning will stay alive. It's 2 down now, and it's going to be Jonathan India standing in here with Milton at just 66 pitches so far, so he has been efficient, but he needs to get out of this inning here and keep it a 1-run ball game. Slider missed low. India lays off, and is now 1-1. He hangs a curve. This ball hit deep to right field. McCutchen going back, looking up, and this one is gone just over the Roberto Clemente wall. It's a hanging curve, and that is absolutely massive as the 3-run shot makes it 4-0 Cincinnati here in this one. And the way Hunter Greene has been pitching, the Pirates are going to have to get it going quickly if they're going to get back into this. Swing and a miss there, and it's now 0-2 to Joey Votto. Man, he goes way out of the zone chasing a fastball on a waste pitch. He's down on strikes to end the inning. Not sure what he was thinking there, but Jonathan India, a huge 3-run homer as the Reds have 4 runs on just 3 hits today, and they lead 4-0 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. All right, so the Reds actually have 3 lefties due up to start the 7th, and even though Milton's pitch count's not up there, he has been obviously a little bit less effective over the last couple of innings. So we're going to give him the rest of the night off pitching and just hope that our offense can get something going and get us back in it. But we need to respond, and respond quickly. Single from Hayes, that could be huge. And we're going to get aggressive here. And he gets caught stealing. And then a single, 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 and it's 4-1. And man, does that hurt now that Hayes got caught stealing. If Smith and Jigba can find a gap here. Nope. Well, that's a big 2-out single from McCutchen, and I can't believe they're leaving Greene in here. Get some! Tucupita Marcano, a 3-run, 2-out shot to give us the lead. And now they go to the bullpen. The damage is already done, and they go to TJ Antone. I don't think I've ever heard of this guy. Man, that is an absolutely massive inning for the Pirates. We now lead. And this is where the pitching change, that's a long inning anyway. I think it just makes sense. I'm going to go to Perdomo here. It is the bottom part of their lineup, and I'm hoping, and he's got, it's either him or Puck here. And I want to save Puck in case I need him in the 8th, is basically what I'm thinking here. Walk, double play. There we go. Single and strikeout. So he can probably go out and give me at least one more batter. I don't know if De La Cruz is better against righties or lefties. So Hayes is on again. I'm going to try it again. This time at least Reynolds puts it in play and he moves up to second. And that's what the doctor ordered. What a comeback for the Pirates here. Double. And I think I'm going to go ahead and just go to, I guess, Underwood here. Bednar is really tired, though. So what I really need to have happen here is Underwood get out of this inning with Votto on deck. You got to retire 3 in a row. Come on! All right. That at least gets it to where I can go with Beats to try and get the save, because it's a bunch of lefties on tap. I'm going to pinch hit here. No, I'm not. We're going to give Connor Joe the day completely off. McCutchen did have a big hit earlier, so... Hey! It pays off, for sure. How about that? Some huge hits for this team today. When we needed them, guys stepping up. Wait, I was thinking Beats, but it's Puck that I want here. Don't even start. Oh my God. Now they go to Stevenson. He's good against lefties and righties. But I think we need to go to Bednar here. We only need 1 out. Man, what a nerve-wracking ball game. But we get the win, and man, what a win it is as we bail out Evan Milton. And he actually gets the win. I didn't even think about that. He pitched pretty well. Just 3 hits and a walk over 6 innings. 4 earned, unfortunately, because the hits that they had, they sure made them count. But he also goes 3 for 4 or 3 for 5 at the plate with a homer and 2 RBIs. But really a big day for him at the plate, big day for McCutchen, and then the homer from Marcano was the difference in this one. That was absolutely massive. Bullpen did a pretty respectable job. It made it a little bit nerve-wracking there at the end, especially when Bednar comes in and immediately gives up a hit. But we win this one 8-6, and that was a pretty wild ball game right there. So we're going to go back to the main screen, quick manage a few more to get up to where it's Evan Milton's turn to pitch, and then wrap up the episode. So Nick Lodolo against Ronzi Contreras with the series tied at 1. Well, this is the ultimate case of the bullpen just not getting the job done. It's 1-1 going into the 7th inning. That's when I turned to the bullpen, and that's where the wheels completely fell off. Jake Fraley goes 5 for 5 against us in this game, which is ridiculous. Reynolds goes 3 for 5. Pretty good day for him, as he's got the average at 256, and it continues to creep up. Nothing else real noteworthy here. Milton 1 for 3, a walk, a strikeout. Reynolds did have a home run. Contreras pitched well. 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 walks, 1 earned. And then Beeks came in and was terrible. DeYoung came in and was terrible. And Oviedo came in garbage time, and he was terrible. So just bottom line, the bullpen let us down in this one. And thankfully, Brubaker is back because we're going to need some long relief the way things are going right now as far as Keller. So Brennan Malone is back. Wait. I think I need to do something there. Yeah. So what is he, double A? Starting pitcher, if I'm not mistaken. He's already on the disabled list. Pasatino is going back down. That should be all we need to do. Although, do I want Malone in the rotation? No, it really doesn't matter. Okay. So we're now 4.5 back, still 4 games over 500, and if we look at standings, we're still in pretty good shape here, but I don't want the wild card. I want to be in comfortably with the division crown. So we'll see if we can get it back on track. And we actually play the Mets, who are the team right behind us. Keller versus McGill in Game 1 from New York. Here we go. All right, a shutout win against the Mets here. Keller pitched pretty well in this one. We end up with 12 hits, 3 walks, 10 strikeouts as a team. It was the bottom of the order getting it done as Choi 2 for 4 with a homer and 2 RBIs. It was a solo homer, so he actually had 2 separate hits where he drove in runs. In other words, Marcano 2 hits, Rodriguez 2 hits and 2 RBIs. And that's where all the production came from on offense. Keller goes 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 walks, 9 strikeouts. So he had the strikeout working in this one. He hit a guy, or he gave up a hit and then walked a guy to start the 6th. And I went ahead and pulled him, and A.J. Puck came in and did a outstanding job bailing him out. Then I brought Brubaker in for a little bit of extended relief. Went to Perdomo with a couple of lefties coming up again. And then Underwood in the 9th goes and strikes out the side in order. So good win for the Pirates. We'll advance and see if we gain any ground on the Brewers. But before we do that, I actually need to go in and do this before it screws up our rotation. It's going to be Velazquez against, I don't know, but we are still 4 back of the Brewers. They're 7-3 over the last 10. We've lost some ground there at 5-5, and it's Scherzer against Velazquez. Not a matchup that I like, but if we can get a win here, we can maybe pull off a sweep, and then we have the off day before we head to Minnesota. So, big game coming up here. Let's see if Velazquez can keep pitching well. All right, we get another win as we hold him to just 3 hits on the day and 2 runs. We win at 4-2. And when we look at the box score here, Evan Milton 2 for 4 hit a 2-run homer, and it was a big one as it put us out in front, essentially for good. We walked 4 times, struck out 7 times. G-Man Choi a double. Sawinski hit a home run. So they finally scored, and then in the next inning, Sawinski answered with a solo dinger. Milton also stole a base. Velazquez was outstanding. 6 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned, 3 walks. It was a solo homer, and then he exited the ball game in position for the win. Beeks 1 hit over 1 inning. Underwood gave up a walk and got a couple of outs, then yielded to Puck to finish off the 8th. Bednar comes in with a 3-run lead, first batter, home run. And then he got the next 3 in order. So he gets his 35th save of the year, but continues to make it interesting. And that's another big win as we got a chance to sweep the Mets here. Milton against Senga, a matchup I definitely like. And we gained some ground on the Brewers, so we're within 3. And that is going to do it for this episode. If you have not done so already, please be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment below, and we will see y'all next time.
Good evening. friends and neighbors. Or shall I say this afternoon?